Welcome to your Essential Business Briefing. I'm Stephen Carroll. Today we're looking at a household brand famous for everything from bookcases to meatballs. Ikea is the world's biggest furniture retailer. The Swedish company is in the middle of a major overhaul, opening more city centre stores instead of its traditional suburban warehouses, and it's taking big steps to reduce its environmental footprint. I'm joined in studio today by Ikea's Chief Financial Officer. You're also Deputy CEO, Juvencio Maeztu. Thank you very much for coming in to speak to us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
In your latest results, full-year results from the Ikea group, operating profits down almost 10%. Are those costs linked to the transformation that you're seeing hurting profits?
I would start saying that our net income increased by almost 25%. So it's the bottom line grew this year compared with the last year. And the breakdown, if you could say, is that top line increased by more than 5%. And the good thing that we are really happy with is that it's a consistent growth in online, grow more than 50%, is the new stores. But also the thing I feel proud the most is that the like-for-like growth in the existing standard IKEA store also show an improvement. And then the gross profit had a decline because of a higher cost of goods sold, and we decided not to pass that to consumers. And then overall, basically, we have decided that the transformation will not be paid by the consumer. We will be paid by us, and we are super happy that both the top line and the very bottom line grew last year.
Has Ikea been affected by the trade dispute between the US and China? I know there was a decision earlier this year to close a factory in the United States, but is that linking into any of your big picture results?
You know, we are overall supporting the free trade because the free trade is supporting the development. At the same time, we see a positive growth in all the countries we operate. And we are also satisfied that the factory that was sold by Ikea Industry kept going. And the factory keep going, and the jobs keep remaining. So overall, we support the free trade, of course, and we hope that it will not be affected in the future.
Do you feel insulated at this point with your existing structure that you'll be able to withstand any further tariffs that might happen or any escalation of that dispute?
We hope that the tariff will not increase in the future. And after a short-term reaction, we hope that we should come to normal. And it's clear that free trade is good for the development of the different countries.
You've come to us from the Madeleine store in the centre of Paris, one of these new Ikeas. They're downtown, they're smaller. How is that store performing, and how has that venture, that move into the city centre been for Ikea?
Very good. You know, we are creating a new Ikea, and then we are really working in three areas: making Ikea more affordable, making Ikea more sustainable, and making Ikea more convenient. That's why we have started to have more of Ikea inside the cities. Not only with the big IKEA standard store outside, but inside the cities. La Madeleine here in Paris is an example. We have opened in Moscow recently. We are going to open in Queens next year. So we will see more of this, and in order to make IKEA more convenient for the many people. This will come together with more digital services and better digital experience, but also more services to make the whole thing much more convenient.
Will this mean an end to those big IKEA stores, the out-of-town ones that we know?
No, because what we are in a big transformation, and when you transform, you need to be clear what you will not transform. What we will not transform, we will not transform our culture and values. This is the forever part. We will not transform our deep interest in life at home. We will not transform the concept of democratic design, and we will not transform the essence of the IKEA store. The IKEA store will remain as an important asset where inspiration comes to reality. So it's not any longer moving from brick and mortar to online. It's the totality that matters the most, and we are happy to see that the like-for-like growth in the traditional store is still a reality.
The company has bought some platform businesses, TaskRabbit a couple of years ago, Traymond, the kitchen installers. Should we expect more growth in that direction? Yeah. Growing IKEA into a different kind of business?
We are doing many investments, investment inside the business to transform digital with services, as I said before. We are also doing investment with in partnership and in other companies that can help us to speed up and accelerate the business transformation. And we are going to keep doing many investment in sustainability, which is a big agenda for us.
On that, one of the commitments that IKEA has made is that to produce enough renewable energy to power all its facilities by next year. Is that going to be achieved?
We have already achieved, but we have decided, and it's not ambition, it's a decision, to become climate positive by 2030. And we do this by three main areas. The first one is that the way that the IKEA products are designed, building circularity in the design, and the way it is produced. The second area, it's about prolonging the life of the product. It's about giving a second life to the product. That's why we have started with renting furniture in several markets. That's why we have started the take-back service, the repair service, because the idea is to give a extended life to the product. The third area is that we are doing big investments in making IKEA positive from the climate point of view. We have decided 5 years ago that we wanted to create renewable energy as much as we consume, and we already achieved that last September. And we have decided that we will not stop. We will keep investing. We have invested 2.5 billion in renewable with 1.6 million solar panels and more than 500 wind turbines. We have invested in more than 200,000 hectares in responsible forests, so the forests keep growing, and we will see more of this investment in the future. So it's these three things, the way that the products are designed and produced, the extended life of the product, and all the investment in sustainability that makes us really proud as a company.
And, you know, for better or for worse, a lot of people view IKEA furniture as not being a lifelong product. How do you encourage people to, I suppose, keep their IKEA furniture for longer, but also in the production of those, in that furniture, how do you reduce the environmental impact of that?
Yeah, it's more and more the circularity principles are built on, not only in the way that the products are produced, but also in the way the products are assembled and de-assembled. For example, we have introduced in the storage system the Dowel system, which is a click-clack system that is very easy to assemble it, but it's very easy to de-assemble it. So you can keep moving the products and they keep having a second place after that. So we are more and more committed to give a second life to the IKEA product.
And in the manufacturing process as well?
What's in the manufacturing, you have we have a really strong IKEA products has a really strong standard when it comes to the way they are produced, both socially and environmentally. And it's called iWay. And then it's also the circularity is built. And there are many examples about better cotton initiative, about recycled products. For example, this is similar to a kitchen, the kitchen front that made of PET recycled bottles, or more and more sugarcane bagage, bamboo, which is a fantastic product. There are many examples the way that we are moving in that direction.
Renting furniture, you mentioned it there, one of the new IKEA innovations. Are you not worried that's going to hurt the business eventually? People will buy less?
Yeah. You know, what is right long-term for the consumer and what is right long-term for the planet is right for companies as well. So it's not any longer that you have to have sustainability by the side of the business. It has to be inside the business. Otherwise, you are gone as a company. And it's good business to be good business. That's why we are really proud of adding all these opportunities for customers to have a more affordable IKEA, but also a more sustainable IKEA. And this will always be right in the long term.
IKEA in 10 years, will it be a lot less stores and a lot more services?
Ikea in 10 years will be even more affordable for the many people, will be more accessible. We will see more of Ikea in the cities, but also it will be more sustainable. And we have a long-term vision to create a better life for the many, and we are obsessed to move in that direction.
What will that mean for jobs? You have 166,000 employees at the moment. Will that number go down?
We keep growing. A year ago, we had 162,000. This year, we ended up with 166,000. We will keep growing, and at the same time, we will keep adding new skills. I have declared myself in the company as an aspirant, and this is the opportunity to keep adding new skills because the world is offering many opportunities for us to develop as well.
Are you facing the same difficulty a lot of bricks and mortar retailers are in terms of online sales and the cost of having that big store footprint physically? Is that something that you're looking at as a financial challenge for the future?
We keep adding square meter. So as a consequence, we don't consider an option to compromise the role of the store. It's the totality that won't matter. And Ikea is a low-cost brand because the only way to have low prices is to have low cost. So this is a never-ending job to keep optimizing the totality.
How fast are you at building IKEA furniture?
Yeah, I do quite fast.
Okay.
But I enjoy actually quite a lot.
Good. Well, that's good to hear as well. Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of people who'd like to take you up on an offer of any help you might have. Juvencio Maeztu from the IKEA Group, thank you very much for speaking to us on France 24. That's it from us for this week. But as always, you'll find the best of our business coverage on our website, on Facebook at France 24 Business, and you can tweet me at NewStephen. Until next time, thanks for watching.